Hello, today we're doing a quick tour on board this Contest 40S from 1994. The Contest 40S was designed to maintain high speeds in all conditions. She is finer and lower than her predecessors, however she is still spacious below. In fact, she caters for life on board with plenty of stowage and large, comfortable aft cabin. This Contest 40 is in her third ownership and is reluctantly for sale due to health reasons and the owner feeling he is too old to continue sailing her. The Contest 40 has a length overall of 12 metres, her waterline length is 9.39 metres, she has a beam of 3.85 metres, and this boat has a draft of 1.7 metres. She is the wing keel option. So up here on the bow she has this very substantial stem head fitting, which is well known to Contest yachts, with an integrated bow roller. So starting up on the foredeck, here we have her electric windlass. And here is her Fachner furler for the Genoa. The Fachner furler was new in 2015 and all the rigging was checked at the same time and any worn parts replaced. The Sanders sail Genoa was new in 2016 and the boat's had very little use since then, so it's virtually new. She has a huge bow locker, and here is an attachment fitting for a removable forestay. There's also a large hatch into the fore cabin. So just now looking at the condition of the teak decks, bearing in mind this boat is 24 years old, the teak decks are in remarkable condition. There are no screw heads showing, which is usually a common problem found when decks reach this age, and you can see she hasn't been pressure washed or scrubbed with a stiff brush. The caulking is standing slightly proud in places, but you could argue that this offers the teak a little bit of protection. As you can see, she's equipped with in-mast furling. This is a Sanders sail, fully battened, which was new in 2015. As I said before, when the rigging was checked, the furling gear was also checked, bearings replaced, and any hardware replaced as well. So another benefit of the centre cockpit is having this nice aft deck. It's got two huge lazarettes for excellent deck stowage and a nice hatch into the aft cabin for ventilation and light. On the push pit here she has her outboard engine on its bracket and this collapsible davit, which is removable, as I said, and brilliant for getting the outboard engine in and out of your tender. There's good access over the transom with this bathing ladder and good life raft stowage, and there are your antennae for GPS, VHF, etc. So here we are in the cockpit, and she's a centre cockpit boat. It's a lovely sheltered cockpit with a nice high coaming. She's got the fixed windscreen. Boat instruments. And this is a very natty electric winch. So that can be moved, that can reach basically any winch in the cockpit. Sheet winches, roller furling winches, main sheet winch, or obviously the halliard winches. So yeah, quite a clever idea. She's got a nice cockpit table, and then back behind the wheel she's got a chart plotter, 8-inch chart plotter, steering compass, the beta engine controls, and the autopilot controls. And there's also a mic for the VHF radio which connects there. It's October at the moment, so she's in winter mode, so she's got her cockpit tent up and spray hood, but yeah, when that's obviously not up you get a lovely view forward. Another good feature of this cockpit is from the helm's position you can quite easily reach both your Genoa sheet winches, and the main sheet controls are just behind you, so for single-handed sailing she's actually very, very well equipped and relatively easy to do that. The current owner is in his 70s and sails her single-handed, so yeah, it's certainly a good option if you've got that sort of sailing in mind. So now we find ourselves in the cabin. The interior is beautifully finished in teak with the high quality finish that we are used to finding in a Contest yacht. She She has Webasto heating throughout, hot and cold pressurised water, and LED cabin lighting. So here we are in the owner's aft cabin. Please excuse the personal belongings, but the owner is still using this boat. As you can see, there's a large centrally located double berth with these two changing seats either side. The seats have stowage behind them and below them. Stowage is a feature on every contest, and the 40 is no different, including this large hanging locker. The engine access can be found in there. We'll see more of that later on. Another feature of this cabin is the natural light which comes in through the hull windows and the large deck hatch which we saw on the aft deck. There's also this lovely ensuite with a separate shower. So through the panel in the owner's cabin you get to this 4-cylinder Beta diesel engine which was new in 2008. It's a 60 horsepower engine which has been regularly serviced, has approximately 830 hours use, and is serviced by a 75 gallon or 340 litre diesel tank. The access through this panel is absolutely excellent, and you can get to all the parts you need to for regular servicing. So working our way forward into the main cabin, firstly we have another huge hanging locker for wet weather gear which drains into the bilges. Then here is our forward facing chart table which is really well equipped. It's got a nice curved seat with stowage below, contest yacht switch panel, a good shelf for storage, and then all your navigational instruments including radar, VHF, Navtex, GPS, and so on and so forth. So over to port we have our U-shaped galley, excellent for when on passage, and she's got some lovely features including this grab handle and also the glass cabinet which is another Contest Yachts feature. She's really well equipped with a 3-burner gimbaled stove, twin stainless sinks, loads and loads of storage in these lockers for provisioning. She has a microwave and an opening porthole for ventilation when cooking. So here we are in the main saloon, and as you can see the main table folds down to allow for easy access forward. It's a lovely saloon with comfortable seating, and all the woodwork is in excellent condition, as is the upholstery. The feature of storage continues in the saloon with bookshelves and a large shelf for storing odd bits and pieces, these handy lockers for loose items, and to port there's a special drinks cabinet. And then we venture forward into the fore cabin. Again, the woodwork's in beautiful condition and there's really good stowage below the berths and these handy shelves. You can see the great condition that the woodwork's in, and that's a feature throughout this boat. She's been very well maintained. As we go aft, we go into the forward heads compartment with hot and cold pressurised water, Jabsco seawater toilet, and plenty of stowage and light as well. So as we head back aft, as you can see the cabin's in excellent condition and it's a really cosy place to be. There is a lot of gear on board, but the boat is in superb condition. She'd be perfect for couples or for a small family, and we'll just head back outside to conclude the tour. So there we have it, that's the quick tour of Constantia over and done with. She's a Contest 40 and she really is in good condition. She's for sale with us at Parkstone Bay Yachts, and if you'd like any further information please don't hesitate to get in touch. All our details can be found on our website, which is www.parkstonebayyachts.com.